Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready to rock? Welcome back to Offstage with DWP. Special one today. Got good friends Ben and Danny of Asking Alexandria. What's up, brothers?
What's going on?
How are you doing, Mr. Worsnop?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing pretty good.
Well,
You know what I say that I'm incredibly stressed. I've been fighting with UPS all morning because they've gotten into this new habit of losing all my packages.
That's not a new habit.
So
For me, it is.
Hey, fellas, first question: are you like, how much do you miss each other, or are you like psyched that you're not next to each other?
I hate Danny, but don't tell it.
Yeah. It's a big secret, but we loathe each other. Sorry, I'm people for some reason a group chat's just started going off on my phone, so I'm swiping up the alert so I can see your eyes.
I thought you were flicking me. I don't like this man. I don't like him.
No,
is that the new like sawed off?
As of yesterday, as of yesterday, for some reason, I ended up in a group chat with the singers of The Word Alive, Escape the Fate, and Falling in Reverse. And I don't know why. We're all just, well, I say we're all. I'm working, doing this, and they're just sending memes.
Right. Yeah, Ronnie's good at that, by the way.
Yeah.
We are with Asking Alexandria. You are Offstage with DWP. I'd like to get into it, maybe go a little chronologically here. As I was doing some research over the weekend, I'll start with for the lack of sounding cheesy, who is Alexandria, and what the fuck is she asking?
I can't even. How many different stories have we come up with over the years, Danny?
No exaggeration. Hundreds.
I
remember. Jane's addiction. There is a Jane. Is there an Alexandria?
There's no Alexandria. There is no Alexandria, which means really there's no question. There's no band.
Who are we?
Other than
who are we?
Who am I?
All right, so good answer. Formed in 2006. Is this true? In Dubai?
Yeah. I lived in Dubai I grew up in Dubai.
So that's a first that a rock band in its tradition has been formed in Dubai. Am I wrong in that?
I mean,
there's probably other bands there.
There are definitely other bands out there. That was a pretty vibrant local scene, and bands used to go to Dubai quite a lot too. I've seen so many bands in Dubai, from Machine Head through to Deep Purple and Aerosmith. So it has a pretty vibrant rock scene. But that is where I initially started the band, Asking Alexandria. But when I moved back to the UK, the rendition that everyone knows and tolerates that's when we formed. And what was that, Daniel? 2008?
No, that was 2007. We moved to the United. It was 2007 because I had done a very, 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 very small amount of college.
A very small amount of college.
And learned semester to get a semester in.
And then Benjamin was emailing me on the internet. I didn't know who he was. He was just a strange man emailing me, asking me to drop out of college and move across the country to live with him. So naturally, that's what I did.
All right. Ben, I have to ask you, sidebar, Dubai and England. Are you a tennis fan?
Am I a tennis fan? I did used to play tennis, but I wasn't very good at it. Look at these arms. Look at these. They're not very powerful arms. So I gave up tennis to play badminton. The racket's much smaller.
I say that because as a tennis junkie, Dubai has like 6 tennis tournaments, and of course England, which is the Super Bowl of Wimbledon. I
actually saw a lot of my favorite bands in Dubai at the tennis stadium. Like I saw Deep Purple there, Scorpions there. They all go and play at the tennis stadium over there.
Yeah, right on. For some reason, Dubai has like a crazy amount of tennis tournaments. So fun fact for everybody, Asking Alexandria formed in Dubai, moved in 2007 back to England. Danny, I'd like to get into December 2012. You blew out your vocal cord then. You blew out your vocal cord. You missed a New York gig, which is a big deal. I think I See Stars and Attila filled in for you that night.
There were a few different bands. Everyone chipped in. to help cover me. I think it was like a night or two before that it actually happened. And I remember I was on stage and I went for something and I just felt a pop. And it was like, I could hear it. I don't know if anyone else did. Probably not because of the music in the in-ears. But I heard it like it was just like a very loud bang, like within my head region. And like the note I was at instantly just like dropped an octave. And then I just got this massive pain through my neck. And I knew there was something wrong.
Ben, do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember thinking, what a coincidence. He's been a pain in my neck for years. So,
well, that does. By the way, is Danny a walker and talker?
Yeah.
Yes, he is. Look at him. I'm getting dizzy, dude. I'm getting motion sickness.
Yeah. Do you want me to sit down? Am I?
That would be brilliant. Yes.
Okay, hold up. Let me move this coffee.
I know. I feel like I'm on a rowboat or something.
I don't even realize I pace all day long.
I get it. No, I'm a good walker and talker too.
Until it's time to go to stage, and then he's like, "Oh, but I just sat down."
Oh, shin splints.
I ask about 2012 because shortly after not shortly after. I'm jumping around. You took a break from the band. And
yeah,
I think it became, and excuse me if I'm going to go therapist for a moment, and correct me if I'm wrong. It feels like you guys were married very young, and Danny, you felt like I got married young. I need to do something. I need to see something else before I come back.
It wasn't that. It wasn't that. So there were a lot of factors that led to this and played into it, but there was a massive, tremendous amount of conflict within our camp, and there was a lot of pressure on us. But it was pressure being put on us that didn't need to be there. And there were people telling us like, "Hey, if you take a break, if you don't go on tour, if you take time off from touring for whatever it is going on in your personal life, like your career's done. You're gonna disappear." So we were being controlled and being pushed, and anything that anybody wanted to do that wasn't grind asking Alexandria, that was seen as a threat, and it was then kind of attacked. So when I started branching out and being like, I'd like to do some solo songs, they're different to this. I'd like to, because this was before Harlot was Harlot. It was initially just a solo record, but it got to a point where there was just so much conflict, and it wasn't a positive environment to be in. We ended up just really sad. We were sad, and we started resenting each other. And it's only in hindsight that we see that it's like we weren't actually mad at each other at all. We were mad at the situation, and we were just buckling under the pressure we were under, and we didn't know how to handle it or where to direct that frustration. So because we were just stuck with each other, that's where it went.
Yeah.
Thank you for answering that. So in 2017, Ben or Danny, if I don't know who wanted who back first, but was it really pretty simple, or was it no?
We were tricked into seeing each other.
Yeah.
I was in Los Angeles. I think I was auditioning for something. Ben was in. I was auditioning for a Warner Brothers movie. Ben was filming pickup stuff for American Satan, the movie he was doing. We hadn't spoken in like a year.
Yeah,
and then we were both tricked into being at the same house.
And then we had a pizza, and the rest is history. It must have been a really good pizza.
I had a handle of Jameson, and I fell asleep on Ben's lap.
Yeah.
And now we're in 2020.
And here we are.
Right. Is that simple? Like, hey, mate, you want to come back? Or, hey, I want to come back? And
no, it was a long process, because it was like we hung out that night and it was cool, and like no work was brought up at all.
Yeah.
And then I think the seed was planted, and people started kind of just posing the question like, hey, the guys got rid of Dennis, and they've got a tour booked. How would you feel about doing the tour? And I was like, I don't know. And then it was how do you feel about like making some music? And we started slow, and it was kind of we walked into it with a let's just see how it goes. Like no pressure, no strings. Like if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. If it works, awesome. And we got to the end of one tour and it was like, okay, it's on.
Well, that's a good segue because like Asking Alexandria and DWP have a tremendous history together.
We do.
We cite this particular show at Rock on the Range in May 2013 as a breakthrough for us and a breakthrough for you guys. If you recall, that was our first show together.
I do remember.
And you had a special guest on stage.
Mr. Sebastian Bach came out.
Well done.
I remember. We recorded our music video, Closure, at that festival on that day.
Yeah, so if we could go back to 2013, because at that time we were growing and we were a band like Asking Alexandria, and A Day to Remember and Bring Me the Horizon. Those were really important bands for us because it helped us evolve and educate the rock fan in the States, who just were supplying them with a lot of meat and potatoes. And to bring Sebastian Bach on stage really kind of collided the two worlds perfectly.
Yeah.
So if you could kind of go into your memory bank and talk about that moment.
That was a weird time for Asking Alexandria. I think there was a lot of interest in us because we weren't, unlike a lot of other bands, we were like, well, we did the Skid Row covers and Danny had that voice of like an 80s rock singer, you know, that a lot of people couldn't do and weren't doing anymore. And so I think a lot of people from that era, you know, like Alice Cooper and Twisted Sister, Dee Snider and all that, they like looked to us and were like, wow, this band's pretty cool. And when the Skid Row covers came out, I can't even remember how we got in. Sebastian, I think, got in touch with us. I don't even remember how it happened, but he was like, "These are awesome. Yeah. I want to play them with you." And I think we ended up doing, before Rock on the Range, I think we did. Did we do the Golden Gods first, Danny?
We did the Golden Gods at I forget the name of it, but it's the theater that's at the Staples Center.
It was the Nokia Theater, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So we did it there, and we didn't have time for a full rehearsal, like a sound check. So we kind of did like what the intro was going to be, but then Sebastian at the end, he kind of decided, oh no, we're going to do it this way, but we didn't have time to practice it. James wasn't even listening, which, so if you watch the video back that's online, he like signals James, and James like is just like,
he's like, yeah.
And so he does it again, and then like we didn't really know what we were doing because we hadn't rehearsed it. We'd never sang this with the guy. As soon as it started, right before I sing, I drop the microphone. It rolls under the drum riser, so I have to stop, drop, roll under the drum riser, come back out with the microphone just in time to sing. Yeah,
terrible.
That's awesome.
But then it started happening more and more. Like obviously, then we bought Sebastian for Rock on the Range, and then people really enjoyed that. And then we had Twisted Sister. Dee reached out to us and was like,
"Yep,
well, we want to do something with you." And we were in Europe, and they were headlining. I cannot remember the name of the festival.
It was it was the one in Belgium. I don't remember the name.
Is it Grass Pop?
Yeah, I think it's Grass Pop.
And they were headlining it, and I remember they obviously they closed with I Wanna Rock, and they bought us out 2 drum kits. So James and their drummer, 4 guitar players, 2 vocalists, 2 bassists, and we closed out this festival in front of like 80,000 people. It was pissing it down with rain, playing I Wanna Rock with Twisted Sister, and it just.
I was talking about this the other day. You know what's heartbreaking about that? There are no pictures or videos of that anywhere.
How's it possible?
Because it never happened.
Because it was the end of the show, so there were no photographers in the pit. The festival weren't videoing, so there's like a couple fan videos, but it was torrential downpour, so no one had their phones out.
Yeah.
Wow, good one.
So it's like that momentous, like event in our career. There's no documentation of it.
Wow.
Oh well, I remember it like it was years ago.
Well, everybody, we are off stage with DWP. We have good friends at DWP, Bruce and Danny of Asking Alexandria. Want to keep on going down the chronological list. You know, but I'll stop for a second and say this makes so much sense to me in talking to you guys why you're so different, because you have, although you're not your typical kind of screamo hardcore band, you have Danny, who really does like to sing.
Mm-hmm.
As
my favorite thing.
Right, but as an actual singer, that you come from Guns N' Roses and Skid Row, and those bands mean a lot to you, which differentiates yourself from all these other bands. And that's why I think you had to, and correct me if I'm wrong, I felt like that's why Harlot, or We Are Harlot, you had to get that out of your system a little bit.
Yes and no. I think it's just like I wanted to do something that Asking wasn't and isn't in a position to do. That was just like a 70s rock song. It'd be cool, but it would be so far left field for like, or at least up until this point, like it'd be so left field in terms of like the brand. People would just be super confused and not even know how to take it. If Asking released like 8 piano ballads, it'd be like, okay, what this I don't know what's happening here. So I've lined myself up where I just have these different outlets so that with Asking we can focus on what this is and do what we weird little urges to be like, I really want to be Rod Stewart. I can just make a Rod Stewart song and put it out, and then get back to Asking Alexandria and working on what we do.
But it shows how Asking has evolved too.
Yeah.
And I think if you guys didn't evolve, you would probably go crazy as an artist and as
would have been dead in the water.
Yeah. So which leads me to Like a House on Fire. It's your 2020 release. You have a song that 10 years ago, if I was to tell you, you would have a #1 rock song in America on radio. The stars have aligned in how you've evolved, especially with Anti-Socialist. When you were making this record, was that in your mind? We're evolving. We're becoming more rock and roll and less screamo, or it's just something that.
I think it's been quite a natural thing, hasn't it? Really, over the years, and I think it was always there. If you go all the way back to Reckless and Relentless, the rock and roll was there, and if you listen to From Death to Destiny, it was very much there. But we just hadn't honed in on our craft yet. We weren't confident enough within ourselves as songwriters to just go fully in. We were still learning, we were still evolving, and I think it's just led to this point, really, as we've grown and learned about each other and our capabilities and who we are as people. I think it's just led us to this moment, and we've been working hard. We've been working really hard at radio and rock in the States for a long time now. It wasn't like some bands. I feel like they come in and they're like boom, and they've got this immediate success. But for us, it's been a slow build, which makes it feel even more rewarding now that we're finally there. It's like we've worked really hard for this.
Yes, you have. And we've seen it. Like, for example, I think 2018, you guys did an entire Black Veil Brides Asking Alexandria tour. And we at DWP booked you that tour, that run on every festival we had. And it was great because what you guys offer, like I said before earlier, is something different for us. Do you treat a DWP festival play in front of 40,000 the same as a headline gig or a co-headline with Black Veil, or is it?
I think we've liked to think that we treat it the same, but in reality, and looking at it from not being on the road for a minute, I think we treat it completely differently. And not saying this just because we're on with you guys. I think just we treat the DWP festivals a little different anyway, because you guys were so instrumental in our success and in our growth. So it's always a very big and important thing for us. I think we go in.
I feel like we have like a weird personal attachment with you guys, because it's like Danny said, you've been pivotal in our career. Like, we go back to Rock on the Range, like you were saying, it was the first time anyone in the radio world really took a gamble on Asking Alexandria. And the European festivals, they're already huge and established at this point. So I feel like everyone's always comparing DWP festivals to Europe, and I feel like we've been part of the growth with you guys. We've grown, you were smaller then, and we've watched you grow, and we've grown with you. So I feel like we have some kind of strange personal attachment. So Danny's right. I think we like to think, oh no, a show's a show, but we do. It's like there's an extra level of excitement when festival season's around the corner.
We feel the same way. So like when you're looking at, you're on a bus, you're in whatever city in America, and you're looking at your itinerary, and Rockville or Louder Than Life, you take notice. That means a lot to us too.
Yeah.
Do you see a difference in an American festival crowd than a Download or or something in Belgium, or is it similar now to you?
I think there's a culture. There's a cultural difference in how they move, but it's definitely gotten closer together.
Yeah, right, I find them to be super, super similar now. Obviously, different accents, but I think that there's something special about festivals. No matter where you are in the world, a rock festival, there's something magic about it. The people are excited. People have been waiting all year for that moment, and that's obviously why it's such a bummer this year that it's gone, because it is such a huge part of people's years each year, and I think you see that. I certainly feel it from stage. You look out at the crowd, and everyone, there's 40,000 people there, and they're all friends, they're all family for those 2-3 days, and it's a magic feeling.
Ben, now you're making me sad and angry.
I know.
I want to get out there, man.
Welcome to our world, dude.
Yeah, I mean, we've all seen each other backstage, and we've seen you on stage, obviously, and you guys do a good job of hanging around, and you're doing press, and you're seeing other bands, and maybe stealing a trick or two from them, and probably vice versa. Do you view it like some sort of boxing match, as a competition at these festivals?
No, we don't necessarily get we do a little bit get competitive. If we see someone and they do really, really well, we do kind of get back to the dressing room and say like, hey, I just saw Shinedown, and they do, in this particular,
we're playing off the Shinedown
before us.
in this particular dream.
Yeah.
Hey, you were talking about the European festivals.
Yeah, all good. So Shinedown's playing at 3:00. Throw and go.
Yeah. So it's like, hey, we just, they killed it. Like, James, stop drinking.
Yeah. Hey, what was...
we do it.
Oh, go ahead.
It's a little bit of competition, but it's more than anything, we're competitive with ourselves.
Was there a show, Ben, that you saw as a kid that you said, okay, this is what I need to be doing here? Was there a game changer moment for you?
There were a lot. I saw so many shows, but I do particularly remember being front row for Machine Head in Dubai, and I think it was Through Ashes of Empires had just come out, and I just remember the stage going dark, and I just remember there's probably like 20,000, 10,000 people, whatever, behind me, and as soon as the stage goes down, you just feel the rumble of people behind you, and I was just like, oh my God, this is the most exciting feeling I've ever felt course through my veins. And they came out, the lights came on, and they fucking down. That big riff from Imperium came on, and I was like, holy crap, I want to be there. That's insane. Like what these 5 dudes are doing on stage, 4 dudes, is inciting madness behind me. And I just remember thinking that must be the coolest thing in the whole world, and I think it was that where I was like, yeah, I got to do this. This is what I want.
Danny, you got one?
Yeah, it was Bon Jovi on the It's My Life tour.
See, Machine Head, Bon Jovi. That makes so much sense, you guys.
All this Alexandria starts like you're like okay, I get how these guys, why these guys sound the way they do.
Yeah. Well, look, you are the front man, and a Bon Jovi, a Steven Tyler. I mean, those guys are that's going to masterclass, right?
Yeah.
We taught them everything.
Jagger and Rod Stewart. Yeah.
I've seen Rod Stewart live, and I've seen him. With the lone exception, if you catch this, when I saw him and I took the wife, and he's like, "Thank you, you lucky people." Like, he kept on saying that.
Amazing. He knows. Dude, he knows.
That's amazing.
Right, and I'm
guys,
like,
you're welcome.
yeah.
I used to do that on stage. People didn't get the joke.
Not at all.
Right. It was a little, once in a while, but like after every song. Hey, we're with Asking Alexandria. We're with Danny and Ben at Offstage with DWP. Is there anything you guys want to say to your fans out there during this downtime that we're all kind of stuck, locked in?
I think I would like to say thank you. I mean, we didn't know, much like anyone else, didn't know what this year was going to bring. It's obviously a struggle, not just for musicians and people in the music industry, but for everyone. And I've noticed our fans haven't gone anywhere. If anything, that we see our streams are going up. People are listening. People are excited. People are ready for the shows to come back. And we're kind of hoping. We've had this talk with Diony a bunch of times. We're kind of hoping our comeback to touring is around festival season. So he knows Diony.
I have to say, and
he does, but the listeners don't.
Right, everybody listening to Offstage, Asking Alexandria has a great fucking team around him with Diony and your agency now at CAA. You guys done a really good job of kind of, this is the evolution of your band, and you guys work your ass off. I have to tell you, Jacoby of Papa Roach, who's a dear friend to everybody at DWP and everybody listening, when you guys were touring with P. Roach, he took me aside and said, "Hey, I have to tell you, the dudes in Asking Alexandria," because you were playing him new music on that tour, and he said they're on to something. They're on to something. And sure enough, you guys delivered, and it couldn't happen to more hardworking, nicer chaps.
That's amazing. Well, it's good to know that you
it
like
probably could, but
so much. Because, yeah. Well, I've actually told Diony and CAA that when we do come back, if we're not main support on main stage for all Danny Wimmer Productions festivals, then they're all fired.
Uh-oh.
So,
yep.
That's a high bar, Ben. Come on now.
Well, you said how helpful we were and in helping grow the brand, and I mean, listen, you guys are welcome. We get it. Yes,
you
we accept
lucky
the offer.
bastard.
You lucky
we accept
people.
the offer. You lucky people.
Well, we love you guys. Be safe and good luck on your move to Charleston.
Thank you.
There's a street there which it has the best steak and seafood. That's like anywhere, but it's right near the music farm.
I'm so excited to go. I'm really. I've been doing nothing but watching YouTube videos and Yelping restaurants for like the last 4 weeks. So
have you done the Uber Eats search around your house yet?
No, dude. You know what's fucking awesome is they don't really. It's not like a fast food place. It's all like there's like a million real restaurants. So yes. I'm excited to get very, very fat and sassy.
And then 15 minutes away is a great beach. I'm forgetting the name, but yeah, hit the water. It's
Folly Beach, I think.
That's
maybe.
it. That's it.
Yeah.
We're building our house for it.
Yeah, I'm buying a boat, and we're building our house right now, literally about 4 miles away from Folly Beach.
I know where I'm going if I'm in Charleston now. Ben's house.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stoked.
Well, cheers, guys. Thank you for joining us Offstage with DWP, and we'll see you at a show sooner than later, right?
Cannot wait. Thank you.